creepy man actually called my house and he asked me all this information. But anyways, Psalms 91, covered in the blood of the Lamb. Hey guys, welcome to Tamie Time. This is Tamie, and I'm here with a story time video. Recently, I've been watching a lot of documentaries. I've been watching a documentary on Ted Bundy. It's like a 4-part thing on Netflix, and it's really interesting to me. I also watched another one about some girl. Her name was Jan. She got kidnapped, literally by a person they know, like a neighbor. He was completely caught off guard that he even harmed them. But obviously watching this series, it's called Abducted in Plain Sight. And anyways, basically she was kidnapped right under from her parents. Her parents was close with this guy, and he came into their house and he's like, I want to take, I think her name is Jan out to go riding horses, and basically he set it up perfectly and kidnapped her and snuck over with her and whatever. And I didn't finish it yet, but I just been on basically what I'm trying to say is, I keep saying basically, but I'm trying to say is I've been on some weird kick about this stuff. It's just interesting, to watch. And as I've been watching it, it actually reminded me of this story time. So, years and years ago, when I was a little girl in this very room, I would say I was in elementary school, about probably 4th, 5th grade. And my sister, probably 5th grade, because my sister was an 8th grader. It is that serious. An 8th grader. And so, as I was minding my business, chilling in my room, playing with Barbies or doing homework or something, I was doing something childish. And my dad was asleep. And I don't know if it's common for everybody in Haitian households, but at least in my household, I'm expected to pick up the phone. The phone rings, I have to get up out of my bed, out of whatever I'm doing, pick it up. Who is this? Oh, you want to talk to my mom? Or you want to talk to my dad? And I bring it to whoever they need to talk to. That's what I do. My parents, when I can get up for nothing, they're not gonna. They're just not we can talk. If you can talk, you can answer phones. Basically, I've been a secretary my whole life. That's why I want to be a secretary. Kidding. But anyways, so I'm living my best life, and then the phone rings. Naturally, I go pick it up. And I pick it up, and it's the man. I don't know this man. He has an accent. He's clearly not Haitian, and most people who are calling us, 99% of the time, it's going to be some Haitian, or it's going to be, if it's the other 1%, it's a company or something. We don't talk. We don't talk to Americans. But basically, he picks up the phone, and he has some accent. I don't know what kind of accent. I can't put my finger on it. It could be anywhere between an Indian type accent to a I don't know. I want to say no, it wasn't. It wasn't the stereotypical Indian accent, whatever. But it was some type of accent because he didn't speak that clearly. Anyways, and then I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello, who is this? And he didn't really. I don't remember if he said his name or not. So I don't think he said his name. But then he's like, who's this? And I was just like, do you want to speak to my dad or something like that? Because my dad was the one here, and I said my dad's asleep. And then he was just like, I said my dad's asleep. He said, oh, that's not a problem because he wants to talk to me. So I guess he wants to talk to me, and he was talking, and I don't remember exactly what he said. But I remember he started asking me weird questions, how old I was. He said, you sound so young. And if you know me, you know my voice gets super high-pitched, especially over the phone, and especially when I'm uncomfortable. Right now I'm talking my normal voice, but if an adult, someone older than me, or someone that I'm not that comfortable comes in here, my voice is gonna shoot up and I sound like a child or a baby, or I always have a squeaky voice. That's what I'm known for, and I hate it. Honestly, it's a curse. And he's like, you sound so young. Granted, I was young, but I sounded way younger than I was. And I'm like, he's like, how old are you? And I think I was 11, 12, I don't remember. So I was in 4th or 5th grade. I don't know. Probably around that. I wasn't 9. I was a little bit older. But I was I told him my age and stuff, and then he started asking me questions. He wanted to find out my address. He said, where you live? And I was like, I'm not dumb. I know about stranger danger, and where do I live? And I was just like, I think he could tell that my walls went up, because then he was like, no, I'm only asking you where you live because I want to know your address, because I want to send you something in the mail. And unfortunately, as a gullible child that didn't get sweets and treats that often growing up, I'm just like, oh, you trying to send me something? Yeah, like, what's good? And he's just like, yeah, what's your favorite candy? I'm like, my favorite candy, I like Jolly Ranchers. He's like, no, tell me all your favorite candy. I want to know everything about you. I'm like, I love Jolly Ranchers. I love Snickers. I love, those are my favorite. And I was telling him candies, and those are my top things. Like mostly skin. He's like, oh, you like Snickers? I like Snickers. Kid stuff. He's like, what do you like to play with? I was like, I like to play with Barbies. I like to play with baby dolls. Obviously I was obsessed. I played with Barbies and baby dolls until I was way too grown. But and he was just like, oh, I'll send you the mail. Just give me your address, and I'll send you Barbies, baby dolls, Snickers. And he listed everything I wanted, like he remembered. And I was like, oh, okay. So then, against better judgment and against, being a wise individual, I gave this man my address. I was like, I live at 1234, whatever, Internet Street. And then he was just like, oh, okay, what's your name? And for some reason, when he asked me what my name was, I panicked. I was like, my name is, Beverly. My sister, that's Beverly. So, like, I couldn't think of any fake name. I gave my sister's name. I said, my name's Beverly. She's like, okay, Beverly, I'm gonna send you your Barbies and your Snickers and your Jolly Ranchers and your candy in the mail and stuff. And then he's like, nice to meet you, all that stuff. It was just creep. And I gave this stranger on the phone my address, and I told him what I like to eat, what I like to play. I feel like I told him other information, like, because we were on the phone for like a good 15 to 20 minutes. Like, it was a good little chunk of time we were on the phone. So I felt as if I may have told him, like, more stuff. Like, I don't think I told him what school I went to, but, like, stuff like that. Like, stuff questions that was not that normal to be having. And then he didn't want to talk to my dad. Like, he was adamant about not talking to my dad. He wanted to talk to me. Or my sister, and then he wants to talk to my sister. He's like, how old is your sister? Oh, yeah. He texted me how many sisters brothers and sisters I have. And I was like, I have 6. And then I have 4 sisters. No, I have 5. I have 4 sisters, and there's 6 of us. But I have 4 sisters, and I'm the youngest. So when he found out I was the youngest, that's when he was like, oh, he wants to focus on me and stuff like that. But I don't know if, obviously this man, he never got my stuff in the mail, and I really think it's like by the grace of the Lord that I've been covered in the blood of the Lamb and protected, because I have no idea who that man is. To this day, I lived in that house for a long time. Like, nothing happened, nothing creepy ever happened. Thank you, God, and nothing creepy will ever happen. But yeah, so I gave him my address and my sister's name, and that's what happened. It's not really a funny story time, but it just got me thinking and stuff. And I'm glad nothing happened, because that's terrible. But yeah, make sure when you have kids to make sure their wives did not give them love and everything they need, so they don't feel the need to get things from strangers or anything like that. So yeah, that's my creepy phone call from a stranger story time. It's not a kidnapper story time, because bless. But some weirdo really called my phone and asked me a bunch of personal information. I don't know. I have better story times than this, more interesting story times. So if you stick around, as I get more comfortable, I'll tell you about those story times and stuff. The story times I have, they're juicy, but the town I live in, it's kind of small. The Haitian community is very in your tea, so it's kind of hard to tell a story time, because like it's not like I'm scared of people, but like I'm scary. Like I don't like confrontation. But I wouldn't mind, like, if I live somewhere else, I'm telling story times, whatever. Also, some people have story times, I don't want to hurt them. But also, some people I have story times, I don't want them to be like, to run up on me and be like, what's good? Like, you have a lot to say on the internet, but not face to face. Like, I don't have time to be fighting people. I'm not going to fight people, but like, you know what I mean. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching this story time. It was very creepy. Yeah, thanks Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.